It's Transformers96 here with another video review. This time we have the Marvel Legends Infinite Series from the Spider-Man wave of the Hobgoblin series, the Spider-Man 2099. So yeah, so this is kind of like a futuristic Spider-Man. They released the Marvel Universe one of this character a while back, and I did get that, and it was quite a nice figure, so it is kind of nice to get a Marvel Legends one now. I do like the styling of the package. Wish that the artwork was customized to the individual characters and not just the general picture of Spider-Man, though, I must say. On the back you can see the assortment. I was able to get them all at Toys R Us. They had them marked up to $22 a piece, but then they had them buy one get one 40% off, so it came out to about $19.30 for each one, and that is with tax. So you know, just a little less than a $3 savings on each one, so very happy about that. And the Build-A-Figure is of course Hobgoblin. Alright. So overall, this is one figure that I think is going to be, you know, fairly popular in this wave. I think that's an interesting character that a lot of people are going to want to get their hands on. If you're having trouble trying to track them down at the moment, though, you might have an easier time coming up soon. Right now the packaging style, the shipments that they get will include one of every character, but 2 Anti-Venoms and 2 Spider-Mans. In the next assortment, though, they'll have every figure plus 2 Spider-Mans and then 2 Spider-Mans. $19.99. So this guy is probably going to become more one of the more common ones in this wave fairly soon here when they release that assortment, though. Alright, so figure-wise, pretty interesting. I'm going over the actual, just individual, the body sculpt in general. Nothing too special when it just comes to the actual sculpt. Pretty standard, you know, face sculpt. It does have the mask kind of textured in, which is nice. It's not just painted. But on the rest of the body, for the most part, it really is just painted, which is a little unfortunate, but nothing too bad. You know, I didn't expect it to be, I didn't expect all the red detail to be sculpted, so it was kind of impressive to see it sculpted on the face, actually. He's got these little spikes on his arms there, which is kind of neat. But overall, a pretty basic body style. The only thing that's really quite different about it is the hands. I don't think I've ever seen these hands before. They're quite large, and they've got a really nice kind of expression to them. They look really cool. I definitely like them a lot. Definitely fun for poses and pictures with those interesting hands. Now, the actual paint is where this guy is pretty neat. He's got a, you know, relatively bright, but it's slightly more darker than just a really bright red paint scheme. It's got a really neat design, you know, very futuristic, and almost like a skull here instead of a spider type of look. Very neat. And then the blue is just great. The blue is a dark metallic blue. When it hits the light, it really shines, and you can really see all the definition, the muscles and everything. Really a wonderful paint job here when it comes to the blue. Really like it a lot. Definitely very nice. And then he does have this little spider, almost like a cape thing. I don't know what you call it, but it's sculpted really nicely. There's lots of detail there, and it's all ripped and everything at the edges. Really nice. And it's just a, you know, single little peg that just pegs right into his back, so it's in there very easily. It sits a bit off of his body too. It doesn't actually hug his body or anything. Overall, a relatively simple figure when you think about it. It's really nothing that we haven't seen before, other than a newly designed hands, the little cape, and then a great paint app. So other than that, it's relatively normal. But articulation is great on him. He's got a ball joint with a hinge, so he can look up and down quite a great distance. He's got ball hinge shoulders, but with an also extra piece that allows you to hinge in and out of his actual body. Now, I find that it's quite stiff on him compared to like the Spider-Man from this wave. The Spider-Man from this wave has the same point of articulation, but it's not as hindered as it is on here. And it does seem to be they are using different body sculpts too. So, so I think that's just the one that they're using on this 1999 Spider-Man is just a little bit less range of movement than on the other Spider-Man. And then he does have bicep swivel, double hinge elbows, hinge swivel wrist, which works really well. You can really hinge it out and in quite a distance. He's got an ab crunch, which ab crunches forward quite far and back a bit. And the little cape thing here doesn't really hinder it. He's got a swivel waist, ball joint thighs with thigh swivel, double hinge knees, and a hinge pivoting ankle, which is quite nice. So overall, articulation is really quite good. It's better than your standard Marvel Legends figure, but not by a lot. And that's just really because Marvel Legends standard of articulation is so good. So even something this articulated isn't even that much more articulated than their average figure, which is just awesome, and really really is nice for this line to be maintaining that level of excellent articulation on each figure. So that's just great. Overall, a really nice figure. I would highly recommend it for people who are a fan of this suit itself, or just for people who are building Hobgoblin. If you're not building Hobgoblin and you really don't know too much about the Spider-Man, I'd say if he's just eye-catching to you because of the paint, and you think that he'll just look great on your shelf because he's got such a unique paint color scheme and everything, then go ahead and get it. If not, I really don't see any tremendous reason to buy this one. That being said, though, if you are buying this to build the Hobgoblin Build-A-Figure and you really, are not super excited for this figure or anything, he is definitely great. So you will be quite happy with him. Even if there isn't a ton that's new about him, he is still definitely worth it and really cool, though. Here he is next to the Spider-Man from this series, and we'll throw in the Build-A-Figure of Hobgoblin as well. Overall, quite a nice figure. It doesn't come with any accessories, really, because I don't really consider the backpack an accessory type of thing. Overall, a nice figure, though. Definitely with some tremendous paint. Really is going to be well photographed because of that paint job too. When light hits it, it really shines in some really interesting places. So very nice figure overall, and thanks so much for watching.